Alright guys, we're moving on to the comic Bento Black Friday deal stuff, but first I'm going to talk about the previous Bento boxes. We're not talking about the Button Mashers box, we're not talking about the future throwbacks, we're not talking about even the Gail Simone Masks box from October, which was my very first Bento box. But rather I'm going to talk about a couple of previous Bento boxes that are still available. There's still some in stock, if you guys want to purchase them before they get phased out. Talk about the ones that aren't sold out, but talking about the ones that are still available. So there were three that I had gotten when I had first got the Masks box, just because it enticed me. The first one was called Cloak and Dagger, which was all their spy books. And on that was from Zenescope, it was Hit List, which I ended up reading that, and I put it in another bento box, which was for a coworker of mine. He didn't say, he's slowly reading through a lot of the books that I put in my beat up Button Mashers box. I used that to basically put a whole bunch of mystery box books in there, so he had a lot of fun with that. So Cloak and Dagger had, from Zenescope, it was Hit List. From Oni Press, it was Cold City, which was like a Cold War, obviously, based book. Cold War, Hit List. Unity from Valiant. Unity Volume 1 from Valiant. And the last one, which was the main reason that I got that box, wasn't just because I wanted to try some of the new books, but the one that I saw was Volume 1 of The Shadow from Dynamite, written by Garth Ennis. So that was fun. Second one was labeled Horror, which was from Halloween of last year. That was last year's Halloween bento box. Which had the Big Book of Horror, which was written by Steve Niles, the guy who did 30 Days a Night. He took Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, and if I remember correctly, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and he did this cool, very scary, but more children's storybook type deal with all three of these, stories, these classic horror stories. So that was really cool to kind of read. There was that. There was Justin Jordan's first volume run at Valiant on Shadow Man. That was certainly fun. There was that. There was also Rick Remender's Nightmare, which, if I remember correctly, that was IDW. I was trying to think. I was blanking out on the company name. That was IDW. And then the last one was Renee French's The Ticking, which is from Top Shelf Productions. Big independent comic company. Top Shelf, did another book which was called The King, which was about an Elvis impersonator, which is also translating to the third bento box that I had gotten when I had first subscribed to, my Masks box, which was last year's Christmas bento box, which was called Colors of the Season, which had The King from Top Shelf, the first volume of Savage Dragon from Image, the original run of Savage Dragon, when it first came into syndication. So there was that. So there was the first volume of Savage Dragon, which was known as Baptism of Fire. The first volume of Bloodshot, when Valiant relaunched in the early 2000s. Excuse me. Or the last couple of years or so, I forget. I'm very new to Valiant, so I'm trying to get everything chronologically correct. And then the last one from Dynamite was Green Hornet Blood Ties, which was kind of its own little mini series. That tied into the Green Hornet title. And there were a lot of other ones, guys, and I'm going to get into a couple of these. One of them is the True Crime box, which I'm going to not opened these, but I will tell you them. Four books, which the True Crime box is consistent of Andy Diggle's Uncanny, which is from Dynamite Entertainment. And then there's the Judge Anderson Psychic Crime Files, which is from 2000 AD. Same people, obviously, if you've never read Judge Dredd, or those of you that have read Judge Dredd know of Judge Anderson. This is like a little, like, series of case files that she worked on. Quantum and Woody, Volume 1 from Valiant. And then Amy Devlin, Lost and Found from Oni Press. So yeah, this is what many would call the True Crime box. Don't ask why it's called that. It just kind of is. Because obviously, as you can tell by all these, they have something to do with, conspiracy and crime and just general misjustices. So there's that box. Trying to remember colors of the season. Yeah, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Okay, so I got masks, I got button mashers, which are the two that I got sent out that I'm subscribed to. Throwback is this month, so I'll probably be getting that sometime in January. Then I had Colors of the Season, Horror, and Cloak and Dagger, which were my first three store-bought bento boxes, and True Crime, which is the first of 6 boxes that I got on Bento Friday, which was, like Comic Bento's Black Friday deal, where like their books were half off and all that stuff. Like I only paid $10 for each box, but they had a $5 shipping, which means that it was $5 to ship the box, like first class or etc. or so forth. And when I actually got this, it was in a big box, which I don't know if you can see behind me or if it's on my bed. Probably not. If I move over, like you can see the edge of it at least. It came in this big box, and I'm like, why did they send it in there? And then I found out, yeah, they individually packaged each one of these, so I couldn't see like which one was which. And they'd have like, little numbers and stuff. Now let's open up this one. So I got True Crime, I got Comedy, I got Fight the Fight, which was actually, they every time that they are done with 1 month of a box, so like Button Mashers was this month's, so they got the previous box from before, which was which was called Fight the Fight. And they released it early for like Bento Friday, the Black Friday deal. So they gave an early start. They usually update it like towards the end of a month after one bento box has been complete. So they kind of rush to get these boxes made and out there for Bento Friday as a courtesy for subscribers and fans. And take my box cutter there. Okay, let's see which one this is. Oh, this is Kablam, or Explosive, which it's kind of an ongoing, which is kind of a little bit of a brilliant, and hilarious wordplay, because all of these are Dynamite titles. Like this full bento box, which is called Explosive or Kablam, is all Dynamite titles. So yeah, it's all pretty much. Yeah, and it's also the very first like publisher spotlight collection that Comic Bento has ever done. So it's all Dynamite titles, which is the first one is called The Complete Dracula, which is they took the Bram Stoker novel and they actually translated the full thing to a comic book. So that's kind of fun. That definitely is something that I know that you guys would enjoy. Also from Dynamite is the TV show Grimm. They actually, run comics based on the TV show. Also from Dynamite is a comic book adaptation, or the first volume of the comic book adaptation of Dean Koontz's Fear Nothing, which I've actually read that book, so I'm kind of excited to see how it would translate to, comic book form. And the last one on Dynamite, ironically, she's going to be rebooted soon, and I'm excited to actually read this because I've read a lot of the older, like Pulp magazine style stories with her and all that stuff, but the first volume of Nancy A. Collins' run on Vampirella. So Vampirella is on this list. So that's fun. Okay, so the second box is all Dynamite. And like I said, guys, these are not boxes that are sold out. These are boxes that are still right now at this very moment in the Comic Bento store. So if you guys want to grab them, the Black Friday deal is over. So these books are getting all these is like $25 a pop, but you get free shipping. It's like $25 plus free shipping. But with Comic Bento, guys, and I say this just because I love their service. They're very fun guys, very helpful. And even Gail Simone endorses them, and I, both as an aspiring comic book creator and a comic book fan, fully endorse these guys as well. Because I absolutely love their service. This would probably be the last service that I would try to cancel if I was almost near Skid Row and needed to save money. Between them and Marvel Collector Corps, this would probably be, between the two of them, like this and Marvel Collector Corps, it'd be really difficult to choose between the two. I'd probably have to coin toss this and Marvel Collector Corps in general. But yeah, guys, I fully endorse this particular, service. And plus, guys, you get, like, you're looking at 60, 70, almost probably close to $80 a book. Like, even on the little, like, pamphlet here, it says that this is a box. These 4 books in general altogether would collect at, like, face value $85. So you're paying $25 for, like, 4 books. 4 or 5 books that would cost like almost $100. That's epic win, guys. That is an epic win if I've ever seen one. Okay, so we got True Crime and we got Explosive, the Dynamite portioned one. Oh shoot, I forgot to put that back in there. Hang on. I always keep forgetting when I take these boxes out that I got to put the bubble wrap back over them. Because they come bubble wrapped too, so like it's very legit how they package their boxes, which is another reason why I love them. Is they really try to make sure that these boxes are secured when you go to open them. But I do mean what I say. Like this, like I love Marvel Collector Corps just because like it's not just the exclusives, but at the same time it kind of is as well. Like the exclusives, some of them are fun. But at the same time, I mean, I love Comic Bento here too, because they provide a lot of good books, and sometimes it's books that I would never think to check out that I'm like, okay, I'll read through this and see if I like it or not. And I usually 8 times out of 10 so far with these Bento boxes, I'm like, if I don't feel like keeping these, then I know people that would love these books. So, like, they're also great in that respect. Oh, and here's another one, which is Femme Fatale, or Feminine Mystique. I believe it's called Feminine Mystique. But these are all female titles. So this is like the all-female title one. So, like, every character is actually a female-related character. And the first one, of course, leading the charge, Miss Marvel herself. So in this box, guys, you got Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, or Khan. Somebody corrected me and said, to me, I hear it pronounced as either Kong or Khan. Phonetically, it doesn't matter. Just Kamala in general. I say Kamala just so nobody corrects me. From Image, it's Shudder. And from Dark Horse, we got Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Dust Waltz. And then from Dynamite, and I'm really excited to read this, which is Miss Fury, their reboot of Miss Fury. So we got Feminine Mystique. Kind of very excited to read through some of these, and some of these are like what I call copy books of like books that I already have, but that I want to kind of keep in mint condition, or like that I may give away to other people because I am cool like that. You're starting to see them stack, guys. You're starting to see them stack. But no, I definitely urge you guys, even if it's just for a month, even if it's just for like a month, guys, and also your first like bento box when you sign up, they do have like promotional deals that you can do at checkout when you subscribe. So they will like cut the price down. Like I know the 1 month dealing for people that want to be new subscribers, they will like give you a deal where you can charge your first box down to like $17.80 or something, and then after that it's the regular like $25 a month. So I mean they do cut you a little bit of a break because they at least want you to try the service. Okay, so we got another one. Ooh, and this is the little guy box. Oh no, did I just cut through that? I think I just accidentally cut through that, or it got torn. That scares me. Please don't tell me. I get very nervous and fickle whenever these things get cut, because I don't... Well, wait a minute. If this is leaning downwards, wouldn't that mean... Okay, so when I'm cutting this... Oh, so this was probably ripped, like, postpartum. Okay. Never mind. Oh, see, that kind of scares me a little bit, because, like, see, there's a giant, like, tear, like, right here, like, that worried me there for a moment. I'm like, oh, God. I always get very nervous, because when I buy these books, whether it's from the bento store or anything else like that, I always get nervous when there's packaged stuff, and then all of a sudden I see a tear there. I'm like, oh, God, please don't let the book, like, be damaged in any way possible. So it makes me a little bit nervous and scares me when that happens. So, but anyway, yeah. This month, that month's theme was the little guy. So these actually are 5 books this time. First is Witch and Wizard from IDW, which is based on a James Patterson book series. Called Battle for Shadowland. From Valiant, it's Divinity. From Oni Press, it's The Life After. From Dynamite, it's Project Superpowers, Volume 2. And then from Marvel, it's like Ant-Man Digest, which is like a couple of reprinted like comics and stuff of like his previous adventures. So that guys is probably will be fun to read through and go through. So yeah, it's more about like either the sidekicks, because like everybody's like, oh well, Ant-Man's like a little guy. Yeah, it's either characters with shrinking abilities, but it's more to do with sidekicks. And you're like, well, Ant-Man's not a sidekick, Steve. Well, yeah, but he was considered a sidekick character to the Avengers for many years. So yeah, the little guy means like people that are nearly ordinary in the superhero or mystical world. So that's more about like sidekicks and other things like that. So okay, so True Crime, Kablam, Feminine Mystique, and the little guy. So I'm going to predict that this is either going to be Fight the Fight or it's going to be Laughter. Laughter being the more comedic books. And like I said, guys, all of these books are available still in the Bento store. And once they're sold out, that's it. They're gone. You won't find these ever again. So if you want one, guys, you know, $25 free shipping and you get at least like $60, $70 worth of comics. I don't know about you guys. Ooh, it is Fight the Fight. You know, pick and choose, guys. I mean, and you don't have to subscribe even to the service. You can just go to the store and like make an account there and like get a bento box when it goes on sale. Like, that's the beauty of Comic Bento. You don't have to necessarily subscribe to the service if you don't want to do the mystery part of it. You can just pick and choose which bento box you want, and if it's still available, you know, you can get it. Okay, now Fight the Fight, which was the newest box that's in the store. And let's go over these ones. From Marvel is Daredevil Season 1. From Dynamite is the 3rd volume of Highlander. Yes, they have the license to Highlander. From Valiant, it's the 2nd volume of Exo Manowar, which is called Enter Ninjak. One of the main reasons that I actually kind of got this box, because I'm trying to get more into Valiant stuff, and you know, Ninjak's become one of my favorite characters. Executive Assistant, The Hit List Agenda, Volume 1 from Aspen Comics, which is more, I think it's called ISIS Executive Assistant. And then Batman Superman Vengeance, which is from DC Comics. This was Jeff Loeb's, even though, whether you're a fan of Jeff Loeb or not, this was his DC Comics run on Batman and Superman. This was the one that inspired the Public Enemies and I believe Supergirl or Apocalypse movie. I think it was called Apocalypse, was the 2nd animated movie based off of Loeb's run on Batman and Superman. So, yeah, this, not a bad volume, guys. Not a bad one. Yeah, a pretty decent box. Okay, so we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and the last box, obviously, guys, is going to be the comedy box, which I don't mind. I'm kind of scared that that thing's gonna fall. Okay. I realize that this is almost a 30-minute video, and if you guys have still stuck through this video, or you're adding it to your watch later files, you know, thank you. I know this is going to be a long video, and holy crap, what the hell happened here? I, like, opened this up, and it just, like, fell out. Like, this, I guess... This, wow, I'm glad that I did not cut this. Or did I? Okay, good, I didn't. Bread pig. Okay, so yeah, this is the Laughter box. First one up is called The Most Dangerous Game, a Saturday Morning Breakfast Cereal Collection by Zach Wiener. I'm not even joking, that's his name in it. Bread pig. That's gonna make me laugh. But yeah, I mean, this is a big freaking, like, book. I'm gonna have to flip through this later. Like, this, it looks like a whole bunch of, like, cereal shorts. And it's an executive, like, accountant playing, like, you know, racquetball with a stick of dynamite while these two guys are playing on against a ninja on top of polar bears on a ship in the middle of the ocean. This is right up my alley. Because I have a weird sense of humor. Okay, and the next ones, if I can find it. Oh, they turned these backwards. Okay. Oh, this is from Blind Ferret Entertainment, which Blind Ferret Entertainment is the people that also run Comic Bento. So this is one of their books that's actually in this. And it's called I Play to Win. Which I believe it's called You Didn't Have to, I Play to Win, I think is the name of this volume. And from Paper Cut, which is, which I think is pretty much like an indie comic firm, is the first volume of Rabbids. Which Rabbids is from like the Rayman, based on the Rayman game of the same name, Raving Rabbids. And then from KC Green, it's the Secret Midnight Duck Party, which is called Gun Show Volume 3. Oh, I can see why they separated these. Some of these are big. And then the last one, which is kind of almost overshadowed. Let me try to bring it forward if I can. Oh, Least I Could Do. A complete 9th year collection. Ah, here we go. And from Valiant, it's Volume 1 of Archer and Armstrong, the Michelangelo Code. So yeah, guys, this is the last and final of the 6 Black Friday boxes that I got, which, yeah, like I said, guys, all of these boxes are still available at the Comic Bento store. So if you want one, just remember, it's $25 a pop, but you do get free shipping. They do give you a free shipping option. So if you want any of these 6 boxes that I just shown, or even the other 3 that I described, which is Colors of the Season, Horror, and Cloak and Dagger, they're still available, guys. They still have some left over in their store before they get sold out or they get phased out as time moves along. And I'm leaving this out. So the minute that this video ends, I'm flipping through this. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's a very lengthy video, but I just thought that I would show you these, and I would talk about the previous 3 boxes. I wish I could show them to you, but like I said, I repurposed the box to use for Christmas gifts. And but I figured I would at least list the books from each of the 3 boxes, which I'll go over them one last time before I end the video here. Colors of the Season, which was last year's Christmas box. Bloodshot Volume 1, Baptism by Fire, which is Volume 1 of Savage Dragon. The King by Top Shelf Productions. And, Green Hornet Blood Ties from Dynamite. For horror, it's, Nightmare by Rick Remender from IDW. Steve Niles' Big Book of Horror. And Renee French's The Ticking from Top Shelf Productions. And Justin Jordan, Volume 1 of Shadow Man from Valiant. And then for Cloak and Dagger, it's Hit List from Zenoscope. Volume 1 of Garth Ennis' Shadow by Dynamite. Cold Cold City from Oni Press. And last but not least, Unity Volume 1 from Valiant. And of course these 6, this is the Laughter Box. True Crime. Let's see if I can get them all. True Crime, Explosive or Kablam, Feminine Mystique. Let's see. Feminine Mystique. Got Laughter right there. Fight the Fight, and The Little Guy. So there's, yeah, all these boxes are still available. They're still got supplies, but like I said, once the supplies are depleted or they get phased out, that's it, guys. You're gonna have to find them on your own on Amazon individually. But I think you guys should at least give the throwbacks box. I think the throwback box already has like, it's either today is the last day or the second to last day, but I think that shipping is already over. They're already probably getting the boxes together. But hopefully you'll tune in for the next box. But I mean, like I said, guys, $25 a month, and they practically ship it to you. And even if you don't, they have a store with previous boxes. So, like I said, I love this service. I definitely have always gotten my money's worth from Comic Bento. And even if they're books that I don't like, I know that there are people around me that have a certain kind of book that I'll look at and be like, okay, I know that they'll love this book, and I give it to them. So I give the gift of bento, or at least like, a bento, lauded book to somebody. So, but anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this. I thought that actually, since I'd accumulated quite a few of these boxes or like books based around Comic Bento, that the idea struck me that, maybe I should actually like talk about this, and I should actually show you guys like, yeah, some of the different boxes that were there. So with that, guys, I'm gonna shut this video off. I know it's a really long one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. What I may do is I may just go in and I may edit this, in between. So if it looks like there's like split into two parts or something, that's why. So anyway, guys, I will see you later. I hope, I hope you enjoy yourselves. And like I said before, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, since we are definitely close to the holiday season. So I shall see y'all later, and I am so totally gonna read this.